Hello, guys. How does not going back to DPS work? Okay. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some slides of what the portal looks. Now, I'm just going to say I have some new slides, I have some old slides. Even when I make this video, DPS is going to change how the portal looks. Okay. So I'm just going to spend time on the most important things you need to do. Okay. All right. So let's go there. How about not going back to DPS and simply say, huh, what are you talking about? Yes, we can do that. We have a way to upload you to the DPS portal in the cloud. You're going to go in there and make an account, and then basically all you're going to do is print your license off. Now, let me say this. If you are 15 and you haven't turned 16 yet, it's not going to let you make this portal until your 16th birthday. Okay. So I know sometimes I email this out to y'all and y'all go in there and try to make the portal, but you're coming to me on your birthday or something like that, and it doesn't work. Well, it's not going to work. It's not even going to let you in until you are 16 and you've held a permit for 6 months. Okay. Now, let's go to the next screen. Okay. Some of y'all go to the DPS and this is what it looks like. These are the lines you got to go to. So the first thing we would do is we'd actually make, if you came to us the old fashioned way and took a test, we would give you a sealed envelope and you'd go make an appointment. And this is what you would look at. You would go back to DPS, sitting in line, waiting for your appointment to go there. Now, if it's your birthday and I test you on your birthday, obviously, guys, you're going to want to go back to DPS because the envelope's going to be faster versus, okay, us uploading. Uploading takes 3 to 4 days, okay? So if you don't have an appointment set up and today's your day, then let's test and we'll upload you to the cloud. Some parents just, I don't care if my kid gets his license 3 days after his birthday. I don't care. I don't want to go back to DPS. I do not want to be in this right here. Okay. So be aware of that. You get a sealed envelope if you want to go back to DPS and you have to have an appointment. If you don't ever want to go back to DPS, we can do that. Now, let me also say this. You need to be a U.S. citizen. Okay. If you have an I-94 foreign passport, if you have a paper permit, not the hard copy yet, that's going to hamper you from being uploaded. So we're just going to give you a sealed envelope. All right, let's go to the next screen. Okay. When will you test with me? Okay. Bring all your paperwork to me. Every piece of paper has to be printed out. Let me repeat that. Every piece of paper has to be printed out. You can't come to me, guys, and test. I sometimes don't have a printer wherever I'm at. Okay. That stuff has to be printed out. Your permit, your impact, all that, your regular sheet. So if you don't know what the paperwork is, text me back and ask for the video. Tell me whether you're a teen or adult, and I'll send you the video on what to bring me. Okay. I will test then, and then you will go to the site in the portal and make an account. Okay. We've already talked about that. I will then upload your papers to the DPS site. Then you will wait for the DPS portal people in Austin, okay, to look it over. Then you will print out your license, okay? And then you're going to get a paper license, and then 30 days later, the hard copy is going to come in the mail, okay? It takes about 3 to 4 days if there's no rejections. What do you mean rejections? Yeah, you fill out the application. You know how many people fill out the application? And on the application, it says Social Security number. And you forget the Social Security number, I can't upload it. I need the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Well, I need the whole entire Social Security number on the application because DPS is going to look at it. But a lot of people forget to put their Social Security number. It drives me crazy. I'm perfect, but I'm not great. I'm not perfect, okay? And I can't see, I look these applications over and sometimes I miss stuff, all right? So anyway, fill that application out. I got samples of that. That's coming up. Don't forget stuff. But also, let me say this. The DPS application needs to be filled out before you come here. All right? All right. Let's go to the next screen. All right. Right here, pause the video. If you're for a teenager, that video is for the DPS teens. Okay? All right? We need to define that as teens. All right? And when you open up the teen one, when you open up the form, read the very, 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 very top. And the very, very top says minor under 17 and 10 months. Okay? So this side is for a minor under 17 and 10 months. This is for everybody 17 and 10 months older. I think it's the most stupidest thing. You're either 18 or you're not 18. I don't understand it. Why they got to have this particular one. It's so stupid. But anyway, just remember that. The definition of which application you're going to use is divided by 17 and 10 months. Okay? All right? So think about that. And that's what application you would pick. This one or this one. Okay? So pause the video, figure out which one you want, and then fill it out. Now, next screen. Okay, bring all your paperwork. Okay, it must be filled out. How many times people come in here and they don't fill it out? Guys, I test people and then I want to go home. Okay? All right? So please have everything filled out, have everything printed off. Sometimes I have a printer here, but sometimes my printer don't work. Sometimes I have mobile locations and I don't have a printer there. Okay? All right? So it will cost you an extra $25 for me to show up, and then you got to go home to go get your paperwork. So please make sure you have your paperwork all there, signed, everything. Okay? All right, now let's show you the cheat sheet of the. Okay, guys, this is the cheat sheet. This is the front side. Okay? This is the back side. You can take pictures of that and then take a picture of it. It's a sample. I'm going to show you what that QR code looks like in the next screen. But be aware, this is the 17 and under 10 months. And the only reason why I only have that one is because the adult one's easy to fill out. And the only difference between the teen one and the adult one, the one that's over 10 months, is the back side. Okay? Everything else is pretty much going to be the same. All right? So let's go to that cheat sheet. So right here is a application right here. And let me just kind of circle this. This is very, very important to me. You're going to see me say this 1,000 times. Right here, guys, is the Social Security number. Do not forget to put it. Do not forget to put the Social Security number. Okay? I know I've hit that a lot, but guys, you'd be amazed how many people show up, and I don't look there when I'm checking these. Every line needs to be filled out. Hair color, race. It's funny, they ask for race, but they also ask for ethnicity. You have to check either one. If you don't know, put unknown, okay? All of this needs to be filled out. You can't put the word same, okay? Either leave it blank, okay, or put a person there. You cannot put same, all right? So be aware of that. These are all the check marks. You're going to check mark just like this. Now, again, if you have a medical question, right here in the medical questions right here, if you check yes to any one of these medical questions, you cannot be uploaded. Okay? And if you have a problem, a medical question that does that, you can't lie about it. So be aware of that. All right? Make sure all of these are checked off. Okay? Every one of these are checked off. Okay? Don't mess them, all right? And make sure you have it all filled out. So this is the front part. That's what that QR code was. This right here will be the back part, okay? All right? Check everything in there. And guys, right here, way down here at the bottom, it says, do not sign this below. Yes, I want you to sign it. I don't need to witness it. Just sign it now. Have the kids sign their part. Have the parents sign their part. Sign it now. All of it. Be signed. Right here, you make sure that this is checked. Right here, make sure this is checked. Right here, make sure this is checked. Make sure these are all dated. Okay, just put today's date. It doesn't really matter if you're testing 4 days later. Okay, right here, I made this a little easy. A lot of people get question number 1 confused. You could take that question as, yes, I got a permit right now, and that's what I have. Or you can say, I have a permit, but I've never had a permit before this permit. So I told everybody just to check no because it works. All right. And that's it, guys. So please make sure you take pictures of this, follow this to a T, have it all signed out, have the students sign now, have the parents sign now, have the parents sign now, have the number here, have the student sign here now, okay, and have the date now. I don't want to have to look at this. Now, I will have the sample when you show up to test with me, and you can just check it over and look it over. So basically what you'll do, guys, you'll come to me, you'll grab a clipboard from me, and when you grab a clipboard, you'll put all these documents on that clipboard with your permit and fill out the little testing sheet. All right? Okay, so right here is the QR code for the portal. Okay, I just took a picture of that to make sure it's right. So you'll start with your email, your password. This is the kid's email. Remember, when the kid leaves you and goes to college and he's got to renew his license, he's not going to go to your email, mom or dad, okay, or grandma. He's got to go to his email. Now, I don't know what you do if your email ever changes. So make sure it's an email that you're always going to use, okay? Anyway, make sure you go all that stuff, do that. If the QR code doesn't work, you'll type this in right up here to your web bar, and that's where you go, okay? So this is the little register. Now I'm going to go through some screens here. A lot of these screens are changed. A lot of these screens are out of order. I don't know which is which because I've never seen this part. I don't have a kid to go through this, okay? So supposedly you're going to get to a point where it says audit number, okay? The DD number, if you look at your permit, this is the hard copy permit, way down at the bottom, I'll have a DD number. You need to put that number in there, okay? And then just keep going through this. I don't know if these screens are still the same, all right? Put in your city, state, submit. If you want to change your address, you could do this right here, okay? You're going through here, it'll ask for your name. It'll ask you to confirm this stuff. If you want to do organ donation, you can. But right now, what I would do is not check that right now. Do that when you turn 18, and you can go for there. It'll recheck your information here, and then you'll recheck your information here, okay? And then right here is, again, a little sample of the DD number. Notice if you've got a license that faces like this for adults, it's way down here at the bottom. If you got a permit that faces like this, again, that DD number is way down here at the bottom, and that's what you're putting in. So someone told me that was an important page. But anyway, put all your information in there, okay? All right, checking your information. All right, and then someone showed me this screen. And if you look at this screen, I know this may be hard to see on a phone, but you're kind of looking on everything. What I would say is everybody click on it. But someone told me this little badge here is clickable. If you click on that little badge right there, it takes you to the next screen. Some people have told me they look at this screen and they don't know what to click on or go whatever. But sometimes click on anything if it doesn't take you to the next screen. Okay? And then gradually, you're going to get to a point where the screen's going to say this. It's going to say application pending. Okay? When it says application pending, you pretty much have filled out everything you need to fill out, and you are just waiting from some DPS person in Austin to get off their butt and look at your stuff. Okay? Remember, there's probably about 30 or 40 driving schools. There's actually 500 driving schools in the state of Texas, but there's 30 or 40 that actually only really do the DPS test. Okay. And out of those 30, there's probably maybe 22 that actually upload. A lot of driving schools, they can upload, but they refuse to do it because they don't know how to do it. We just got a really easy way on doing that. Okay. Anyway, once you get to the application pending, you're really ready to go. All right. And then gradually you're going to log in on one day, 2 days later, 3 days later, 4 days later, whatever, and it's going to say upgrade. Now, when it says upgrade, be ready. You're getting ready to get your license. So you'll click on the word upgrade. It'll probably make you pay a fee. I don't know if you pay the fee before upgrade or you pay the fee after upgrade. Some of y'all that are watching this and do this, I would love for you to text me and tell me, no, coach, you're going to pay before you get to upgrade. And maybe I'll change this video. Or you're going to pay after you get to upgrade. I don't know. Okay. So once you get to upgrade, the next screen will be emailed to you. This is what you look at. Read right here. This is very important. This says this is your temporary driver's license. Okay, it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks from the date of transaction for the driver's license to be mailed to you. I want to make sure we cut off this part. This will not be an ID card. Okay, it will not be. This is your driver's license. All right. And obviously, I'm blocking some of this stuff because basically this is somebody's license. All right. This is your license. You carry your permit around with this. And then 30 days later, I always say 30 days later, the hard copy comes in the mail. Okay. And when the hard copy comes in the mail, then basically, when that hard copy comes in the mail, then you cut up this piece of paper, cut up your permit, and you have the license with the hard copy. But you can drive around with this piece of paper right here. This piece of paper, all right here, you can drive with this piece of paper. All right, so be aware of that. Okay, let's go to the next screen. I hope the next screen's the yellow sheet. Okay, guys, this is the yellow sheet. So if I ever say or text you, look at the yellow sheet after we've already tested, this is what you're going to do. This is the yellow sheet. My wife makes this. Understand, I do the testing, I do the talking, I do all that stuff. But when it comes to the portal, I don't know doodly squat about it, okay? So the yellow sheet would be what you would follow. This is after we tested, we have uploaded you, and something goes wrong. When you get in that portal, you may get a message that says, contact your provider or your person that tested you because there's something wrong. It could be we sent the picture in and it turned upside down. And that's all we got to do to fix it. Okay. When in doubt, follow the yellow sheet. I'm always going to say that at the test. When my wife's going to say that, follow the yellow sheet. Okay. Take a pitch, stop, pause the video and take a picture of this and leave it on your phone. My wife's number there, the email's there, everything we need is ready to go. Follow the yellow sheet. All right. Now let's go over the last set of stuff. Okay. I hope this helps, but be aware. I do. I'm not the DPS. Okay. There is no refunds if you decide to do the upload and you get rejected and DPS rejects you for whatever reason, something beyond our control. Okay. We're not refunding this. Okay. You're more than welcome to take the envelope. For some reason, if you're doing this and a week goes by and somehow they're taking like around Christmas and New Year's, they take 15,000 party breaks at, in Austin, okay, at the DPS. So be aware that basically during those Christmas days, Christmas holidays, this may take a week or two, okay? I've never seen one take more than 4 days, all right? I've seen someone get their license in 5 hours, all right? So be aware, I'm not the DPS. So if it gets rejected, go to the yellow sheet, follow it. We're going to try to fix it 2 or 3 times. If it finally after that 3rd time, we're going to say, go take your envelope, okay? You're more than welcome to bypass me. Right now, if I was doing this, I would go make me an appointment for like a week or 2 out just to cover myself if something didn't happen. And then if I get my license before then, I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to cancel the appointment. I'm just not going to show up for the appointment and be done. Okay. It is your responsibility to ensure the application is filled out completely and accurate. Okay. May I say social security number again? Right. Okay. After missing or incorrect information may result in delays up to 1 or 2 weeks. So if you forget stuff on that application, and we didn't catch it when we checked it, it's going to delay your stuff for 5 or 6 or even 7 to 8 days. Okay? If you are wanting to go to DPS on your birthday, this is not for you. This is not for you. Okay? Be aware of that. But most of the ones that we do look good and are completed on an average of 3 to 4 days, excluding major holidays. So be aware of this stuff, guys. Okay. I hope this helps. Again, we'll see you at the test. We're going to recheck your information. If you screwed up, we're going to try our best to recheck your information. But sometimes I may have 40 or 50 people sitting there, and it gets busy and gets clustered, and we may miss one or two. Okay. So have it filled out, have it ready to go. Okay. Check you later. We'll see you when you show up for the DPS test. Thank you.